progress,
Yeah.
but the chemistry you have with Tom Brady right now, it seems like it's coming natural for you.
I really just try to do the best I can regardless of who's quarterback. My position coach always says, regardless of the play, who you're in the huddle with, it's an opportunity. So I try to take advantage of all of those.
With that, an opportunity, you have some guys out right now, but how much do you want to make the most of this opportunity, especially when it's such a tight battle here, huge competition at the wide receiver position?
I think that the most you can do is the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to come out and fail. So for me to say I'm not trying would be an obvious lie, but I am working as hard as I can to be a part of this team, and I definitely want to be a part of it. So.
Do you pick the brains of some of the veterans on this
all
team?
the time, as much as they let me.
How much do you love just the competitive spirit, the intensity you see from your quarterbacks?
I love it. Just from everybody, just the way they compete. A lot of people say practice is a preparation for the games, but practice here is like the game, and I love every bit of it. Every time you come out here, it's game day. And that's how I feel when I suit up and put on this uniform.
Yeah, today Brady was all sorts of fired up. We saw him cheering, and here he is.
We were on the blue team. Yeah.
But his 17th season, or NFL season going into, are you surprised that a veteran like that still just gets this fired up, this emotional when you see him in practice?
In order to be as great as a lot of the players are in this league and as great as he is, you got to have that competitive drive every day. Not ever get complacent, regardless of how much you succeed in one area or the other.
How did you approach your playbooks? I know when you finally get it, it probably looks bigger than anything before.
How did I approach that? Later in college, I started doing a lot of reading, so I started understanding the process of how to learn, which definitely helped coming into the situation, right? Anytime you start a book, say a big book like the fifth Harry Potter, huge, gigantic. If you think about the end of the book and how long it's going to take you to get there, you might never start. The first thing you have to do is flip the first page to begin. And that was the same approach I took with learning this playbook.
So when you were doing book club, that's the same kind of approach you had for doing this?
I wouldn't say that. But the learning process is similar. You just got to start. So.
You mentioned preparation with this team. How impressed are you with the way they prepare, or the way the coaches prepare you guys to get ready?
It's extraordinary. The preparation that goes into everything, part of this organization. On the outside looking in, you kind of really don't know. But to be embedded into it, you get a complete understanding of why the Patriots are who they are.
Malcolm, you've had a couple of days off in the first week and a half of this training camp. What have you done on those days to prepare yourself for the next day out like today in practice?
Whatever they tell me to. Being a rookie, everything is new. So the best thing I can do is listen to the advice that they give me.
These full practice scrimmages are kind of a rarity for you guys. Do you feel like you get more out of a day like today than
I'm new to the program, so I wouldn't know if it's rare or not.
But I mean, compared to the practices earlier this week.
Well, you can't scrimmage if you don't know what you're going to be doing, right? The first thing you have to do, especially with you guys, is teach. So it kind of made sense to me.
Does it feel like the spring game at Georgia?
Georgia, Patriots, I'm not sure that I should compare the two.
What's it like when Tom's so fired up out there? Obviously, you haven't had much experience with him, but you're catching passes. It seems like he's fist pumping, screaming, pacing on the sidelines.
I would say being a part of the blue team today and competing, it's fun. It's contagious to see him do that. It just touches everybody. So if he smiles, you smile.
Malcolm, you said you've been learning a lot. What have you learned about the physical aspect of playing your position at this level thus far?
That every play is an opportunity, regardless of what your job is. Know your role, do it to the best of your ability. Physicality, you just got to play hard. I don't really know how to answer that one.
The reason I asked about the physicality part of it looked like there was one play that may have been called back. I don't know if they got you for an offensive pass interference or what, but are those some of the nuances about the pro game that you're still, you have to pick up at this point as a rookie?
I still have a lot to learn, a ton to learn. And that's why I try to do my best when I come out. I have a lot to pick up, and I learn something new every day.
Is that what the referee, Belichick, I think his name was, got you for there?
He made his call. I listened to it.
You disappointed that he took that touchdown away from you? I mean, it seemed like you got in, but they kind of pulled you away from the goal line there.
No, I was just having fun. If they did it in a real game situation, I might be a little bit upset. We're practicing, competing, and having fun.
Getting a 60-yard pass or whatever it happened to be, does that do something? Does that help you? I mean, is that just an opportunity that you have to make sure that you capitalize on?
Definitely want to capitalize on the opportunity, especially if you're that open. But I mean, that's what you're called upon to do as a receiver. You throw the ball, you catch it, regardless of if it's wide open or 5 people.
I noticed you making a couple back shoulder catches here. Is that something that you have experience with, or is that something that you're kind of picking up new here a little bit?
Well, we kind of get prepared before pre-practice with all type of passes. Coach Chadio does a good job of making sure we're ready for however we're watching.
Is the back shoulder catch something you did at Georgia?
I did catch some there, but I'm not sure if that carries over. You have completely different people throwing the ball.
How many extra balls do you catch before and after
I
practice?
try to catch a ton, as many as I can. A lot of people think catch is about the hands. It's really about making sure your eyes can track the ball. So you want to make sure you know how the ball's coming towards you. So
How does it differentiate your pro experience from your college experience in terms of the extra work that you put in? Obviously in college you don't have as many hours to devote as you do as a pro, now that this is your job.
it depends on what aspect. You can only do something physically for so long before it becomes a negative, right? You can't work out all day or you'll kill your body. So I would say the mental preparation, you don't have class, you have football. You don't have tutoring, you have football. So on that aspect of it, you have a lot more time.
You seem to be pretty solid at getting your hands up as late as possible. You have real quick hands.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Well, is that something that you've worked hard to accomplish? Because that can be a tough thing for receivers.
Randy Moss actually did that a lot.
I didn't want to say his name, but I was thinking.
I'm not comparing myself to him at all by
Neither
any
am I.
means. Okay, just make sure that's clear.
I
But I don't know, it's just a tool you can use. Definitely if somebody's really close up on you, because the good cornerbacks, they see your hand, they're gonna stick theirs right in there and knock the ball away. And that's happened to me. So
You mentioned Randy. How much have you studied Randy Moss and other receivers who've been in this offense in the past?
I try to study as many receivers as I can. I think that's my answer.
That's a good answer.
And then just in terms of the days off, you haven't ran one off in minicamp too, I believe it was. Is that just a maintenance thing? Is that a concern going forward, or are they all sort of unrelated?
I might leave that up to the coaches. I'm not sure how I can answer that. I try to learn every day, man, and try to enjoy it as I learn. I think the biggest problem is when you place it, because something new can be thrown at you anytime. By no means do I know the entire offense. So for me to be comfortable would be setting myself up for failure later in the future.
I know it's been a few years, but how is the knee?
I feel good. I feel really good. Running around, jumping up, cutting, I feel great.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.